Every season, there are moments that define not just a team's performance, but its entire identity. For the Indiana Fever, that moment isn't only about a game-winning shot or a record-breaking stat line. Instead, it's about how their young stars, Clark and Aaliyah Boston, handle pressure, criticism, and change. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story of leadership, unity, and strategy inside one of the WNBA's most-watched teams. This isn't just about basketball. It's about trust, maturity, and the foundation of a new era in Indiana basketball. For years, the Indiana Fever struggled to find their identity after their championship years. The franchise needed a new cornerstone, someone to carry the torch forward. That search brought them two generational players, Aliyah Boston, the dominant forward taken #1 overall in the 2023 WNBA draft, and Clark, the record-smashing guard and media phenom from Iowa, who entered the league with unmatched hype. Fans and analysts immediately dubbed their pairing as a potential turning point. Boston's inside presence paired with Clark's long-range shooting and court vision promised something special. The Fever, who had spent years at the bottom of the standings, finally had not one, but two players capable of rewriting the franchise's future. But with great talent comes expectations and scrutiny. Every lineup change, every rotation tweak, every public comment gets magnified. In a closely contested Fever matchup, the team made a strategic adjustment that shocked many observers. Aliyah Boston, widely seen as the offensive anchor, was temporarily shifted out of her primary scoring role to accommodate a new rotation. Immediately, questions exploded across the media. Was this a sign that the coaching staff had lost faith in Boston? Was the team leaning too heavily on Clark? Or was it simply a tactical experiment, part of a bigger plan? Fans on social media had mixed feelings. Some worried this would create tension between Clark and Boston. Others believed it showed the coaching staff's commitment to testing new strategies and building depth. Rival players even chimed in online, pointing out how rare it is for a star to be shifted mid-season. The pressure was on, and it was Clark, still just a rookie, who stepped up to address it head-on. Reporters asked Clark directly about the decision. She could have deflected. She could have played it safe. Instead, she chose honesty, respect, and leadership. "I know everyone's got opinions," Clark began. "But in our locker room, we trust the process. Aliyah is one of the best players I've ever had the honor of playing with. She's the heartbeat of this team in so many ways. Whatever the strategy is, I know it's made with long-term goals in mind, and that includes maximizing what Aliyah can do on the court." Those words mattered, not just because they supported her teammate, but because they showed Clark understood the bigger picture. She wasn't creating drama. She wasn't undermining her coach. She was standing up for unity, for culture. And people noticed. Teammates, analysts, and fans praised her maturity. Social media filled with comments like, "That's what a leader looks like." Others said, "She's not just a baller, she's a communicator." Of course, this story wouldn't be complete without hearing from Aliyah Boston herself. And true to her reputation, Boston responded with grace. "I'm not here to worry about what role I'm playing," she said. "I'm here to help this team win." Caitlin's been nothing but supportive, and we're both committed to building something special. That comment reinforced exactly what Clark had said. No drama, no ego, just basketball. Insiders close to the team reported that their bond has only grown stronger. They spend extra hours in practice working pick-and-roll sets, watching film together, and constantly finding ways to push each other. Their relationship isn't built on competition. It's built on partnership. Analysts quickly jumped in to interpret what this meant for Indiana. Some argued it proved that Clark was already stepping into a leadership role far beyond her years. Others highlighted that Boston's calm response demonstrated why she is still the team's cornerstone. One former WNBA player turned analyst said, "It's rare for a rookie to balance loyalty to a teammate with respect for the coaching staff." Clark didn't just give a politically correct answer. She gave a smart one. She framed it as unity. Meanwhile, the media, always hungry for drama, tried to spin Clark's comments as a subtle critique of the coaching staff. But the overwhelming public reaction sided with Clark and Boston. Fans praised the pair for avoiding unnecessary conflict and keeping the focus on basketball. What makes this moment bigger than a simple lineup change is what it represents. The Fever aren't just rebuilding a roster. They're rebuilding a culture Clark and Boston both understand that individual success only matters if it leads to team success. That's rare for two young stars who could easily be competing for the spotlight. Instead, they're building trust, accountability, and unity, values that championship teams are built on. The Fever's coaching staff made it clear their decisions aren't about diminishing anyone. They're about developing depth, testing lineups, and preparing for the future. With Clark and Boston on the same page, those experiments have the best chance of paying off. In sports, highlight reels fade. Records get broken, but leadership moments last forever. Caitlin Clark's response to a tough question showed emotional intelligence, maturity, and perspective. Aliyah Boston's response showed grace, humility, and strength. Together, they sent a clear message. This is bigger than individual roles. This is about building something lasting in Indiana. Whether the Fever make a playoff run this season or not, their foundation is stronger than ever. And it's built on two stars who understand that greatness isn't about being the best alone. It's about being the best together. This was a test for the Indiana Fever, and Clark and Boston passed it with flying colors.